Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The Telegraph newspaper has come out with a report on the anti-Christian pogrom going on in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, which is the scene of an ongoing conflict. The newspaper claims to have a copy of a letter sent to the Synod of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, mentioning the massacre of priests, deacons, choristers and monks over the last 5 months. The report also quotes survivors who narrated how Ethiopian army soldiers and troops from neighbouring Eritrea gunned down priests and monks in churches. Fighting broke out between federal troops supported by the Eritrean army and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, which has been accused by Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of holding illegitimate elections. A video smuggled out of the country shows Ethiopian Orthodox Church Patriarch Abuni Matthias condemning the genocide in Tigray. There is good news from the United States, where a California district judge has passed a statewide permanent injunction against pandemic curbs on churches and other places of worship. When the state attempted to ban indoor worship services last year, the Harvest Rock Church in Pasadena and the Harvest International Ministry challenged the ban of Governor Gavin Newsom, arguing it was unconstitutional. Since then, the church has been requesting the court to issue a permanent injunction, allowing them to meet in person without any hassle. In July last year, the governor had allowed in-person worship with a limited capacity of 25%, with a ban on singing to prevent transmission of the virus through respiratory droplets. However, 2 weeks later, he prohibited services in counties where the cases were mounting. Catholics in unrest-hit Myanmar are rejoicing over the release of a priest who was arrested by the military. Father Columbano Labang Lardi from Ban Mo Diocese in Kachin State was released after 4 days in custody. He was taken away by the military on May the 14th while he was travelling to the city of Maidkiina. The release happened after the Bishop of Ban Mo, Raymond Sumlut Gam, wrote to the military seeking an explanation regarding the detention and stating that the priest's journey was for pastoral reasons. Father Columbano used to be the director of the youth group in the Diocese of Ban Mo. Currently, he is the vicar of Prang Hu Dung parish in the city. Myanmar is experiencing civil unrest ever since the legitimately elected government was ousted in a military coup on February the 1st. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is witnessing a rise in the number of attacks against Christians by Islamist militants. Bishop Paluku Sekuli Melchizedek of Butembo, Beni, in the eastern part of the nation, has condemned the destruction of church-run schools and hospitals and the killing of innocent people, including children, by jihadists. The prelate told Aid to the Church in Need that the attacks are more in the northern part of his diocese. Even the sick are being killed in hospitals, said the bishop, adding that the attacks are relentless. According to Bishop Melchizedek, more than 6,000 people have been killed by jihadists since 2013, and 3 million people have been displaced. As many as 7,500 people have been abducted. The bishop said there is systematic moves to Islamize the nation and expel the indigenous population. The social service arm of the Catholic Church Caritas Internationalis has launched a special appeal to prop up healthcare facilities in Gaza, which has been crippled by the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. So far, more than 200 people, including scores of children, have died in the airstrikes. Thousands have been injured and countless people have lost their homes and possessions in the escalating violence. Appealing for aid, Secretary-General of Caritas Jerusalem, Sister Bridget Teague, said that the humanitarian crisis is at its height, and over 17,000 have sought shelter in schools. The Caritas Emergency Medical Assistance will provide primary medical care to the wounded, along with outpatient trauma care. Caritas is also reaching out to people by providing food and other basic necessities. The conflict shows no signs of abating as both sides have not agreed to come to the negotiating table, despite international appeals. For the first time ever, the United States will witness a march by men in defense of the unborn. The National Men's March will begin on June the 12th in Washington, D.C. at 11 a.m. outside Surgery Clinic Abortion Center and will conclude at the White House. The event aims to urge the government to put an end to abortion. Participants will carry a banner saying "Stop murdering our preborn children." Organisers have said the event is being held as there is a man connected to every abortion, and it is time for men to take responsibility and be a part of the solution. They also said it is time the nation repented and recognised the value of every innocent human being. Pope Francis has named Father Italo DELL'ORO of the Samascan Fathers as Auxiliary Bishop of Galveston-Houston Archdiocese in the United States. With 1.7 million faithful, the Archdiocese is the largest in the state of Texas and the fifth largest in the country. Born in Italy, the bishop-elect is currently serving as vicar for clergy for Galveston-Houston. Ordained a priest on September the 11th in 1982 in Italy, Father DELL'ORO completed his baccalaureate in sacred theology from the University of Sant'Anselmo in Rome and acquired his master's degree in counselling and psychotherapy from Riviera University in Nashua, New Hampshire. The 67-year-old bishop-elect has served as vocations director at the Samascan Fathers House of Formation and Archdiocesan Director of Ministry to Priests. The date of consecration is yet to be announced. A group of doctors, lawyers and philosophers has criticised the proposed change to US law regarding the criteria that determine brain death. They allege that the proposed changes could lead to incorrect diagnosis of brain death in patients who are still alive. The group, comprising more than 100 experts, have issued a statement which was published on May the 14th in the Journal of Medicine and Philosophy, stressing that the law governing brain death needs no revision. The statement also says the proposed revision is not the right way to do so. Those who signed the petition include several Catholic doctors and ethicists. If the Uniform Law Commission adopts the change, state legislators are likely to adopt the revised law. Brain death is the practice of declaring a person dead once the irreversible loss of brain function occurs. And those are your latest news headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.